profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
We've got an economy that is thriving, and all sectors right now seem to be participating in it.
Thriving? I don't see that. What I see thriving is the stock market, because they've been injecting trillions of dollars, $8 trillion just from 2008. Just from 2008. If you weren't injecting actually it's going to be more than that, it's going to be about 15 trillion. But if you weren't injecting these trillions into the financials, into the economy, we didn't do that. If we didn't have QE back in 2008, we didn't have stock buybacks. That's what drove the market, not profits. We didn't have earnings. And then what continued to drive the market even higher was all stimulus. No profits, no earnings. Now, if you go back, it's interesting. If you go back and you look more than a year ago, go to March 20, 2020. The market dropped 34% in a record 23 days. When it hit that 34% drop in March, that was on March 23, 2020. The yields or interest, remember, we're at 1.55 when the crash started on February 19, 2020. And when it finished on March 23, 2020, we're at 0.81. 81 basis points compared to the high of 155 basis points. And we had these treasury yields were at historic lows. Historic lows. And with a pandemic lockdown, that was benefiting who? Big techs and growth stocks like Netflix and Tesla, just to give you an example of a few. So investors, if you go look, starting on March 23, 2020, started to pile in. They were piling in. And they were purchasing what? Technology stocks and growth stocks. They weren't going to purchase energy or retail or leisure or cruise lines or airlines or casinos or any hotels. What are you, nuts? So by the time we hit February 16th, 2021, was that about 8 months maybe? We had a correction, a 10% correction. Driven by what? Higher yields. Now remember, from March 23, 2020, the finish of the crash, our yields were at low 81 basis points compared to 155 basis points when the market crashed. Now all of a sudden we went from 81 basis points, now we're back up to 125 basis points. Now that's bad, because higher yields and inflation are a big, big problem, especially for big tech and growth stocks like Tesla. And remember, lower yields back in March of 2020 at 81 basis points made them very, very attractive because they were buying big tech, FANG stocks, Tesla, big boys at a discount. So when yields are that low, you're going in there buying because you are buying earnings that are discounted. That's why they go in and buy them. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, that's what started this big rally. So as a result, investors are attracted to low yields and underperforming earnings. And that's why they buy the big growth stocks. As investors are looking for the stock price to keep going up as earnings keep improving. So they get a deal, they're buying on sale, and they say, I'm going to buy these today. I got them on sale. Look at how low the earnings are. Look how low the interest rates are. So as they keep moving higher, they keep improving. The earnings keep improving. So will the price. In other words, you're buying discounted earnings at a price today, March 2020, for a high of earnings and a price that's out in the future. So you're buying discounted. So you're going to buy the big tech stocks when yields are low, interest rates are low, and there's no fear of inflation. You're getting that discount. And you say, now I'm going to hold on this stock because I got it on sale, and I'm going to sell it out in the future. However, when yields rise quickly, as they did, because we never had a recovery as quick as this. So all of a sudden, on February 16th, we've now gone from 81 basis points up to 125 basis points. What are you, nuts? That causes inflation worries. But also it causes your earnings to improve sooner than later, causing investors to take profits sooner than later. That causes the price to drop. Bang, that's exactly what happened. Again, if you recall, at the end of February to March, we had that crash, 34%. Yields dropped big time. So when we had that correction, when bonds we had that correction, remember what happened. A 10% correction, nobody wanted. Everybody was bailing out of the big tech stocks. Everybody was bailing out. So what happened on Monday? Yields were back up to 1.73. Wait a minute, the market crashed at 125 basis points. Why are they going and buying big tech stocks at 173 basis points? If they dumped and we had a 10% correction, they thought 125 was too high. What are they? Somebody got their math wrong? And so the yields now have been staying between, let's say, 1.61 and 1.73. And they're going up. And here's what they said. Oh, because we had such a wonderful jobs number, 933 million people. So that's why everybody's in there. 933,000 jobs. Everybody went ballistic. They said, wow, this is great. So you got people start coming in from the outside. Same thing. I saw this.com, same thing. They start coming in. People were never in these stocks, in the big tech stocks, never in the FANG stocks. They start coming in off the street, thinking they're going to get rich, and now they're buying big tech stocks when interest rates or yields are at or near their high. And nobody's telling the truth. They're not telling the truth. The fake Business News Network is sitting there saying, oh, yeah, keep buying. These are great, man. These are great. It's unbelievable. Let me tell you something about bond yields. They always tell you the truth, just like the VIX always tells you the truth about a stock. The fake Business News Network always lies about stocks. I'll explain when I get back here on Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days. Get the color-coded chart and your membership free for 10
Want
days.
more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of the people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. you immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so we got earnings coming in April 29th. So everyone's talking about, remember what happened? The earnings went down big time, about 31%. Then it came right back up 32%. And then the last quarter, of last year here came up at 4.4, negative 4.7. And now they're talking about the earnings are going to come in at 15, 20%. Hey, this is insane. This is insane. Because, remember, because these earnings are a result of this thing, the earnings collapsing so deep that the earnings are going to be all over the place until they settle down. It's like, think of your mind. You take a basketball. I talk about this all the time as an analogy. Go up a 20-foot ladder, take a basketball, drop it from the 20-foot ladder. It'll come back up almost 20 feet. Exactly what happened to earnings. Earnings went down, we'll say 20 feet, and then it came up 19 feet. So same thing with the earnings. Earnings went down like, I think it was like 30, let's use 34%, came up like 31%. And then it kept going up and down like a basketball, and then it was negative 4.7%. Then it's going to come back up as you get more businesses opening, more people coming in, more businesses opening, you're going to have more earnings. So we'll go from 4.7, let's say, to 15 or even 20%. But those aren't sustainable earnings, but they're not telling anybody that. You got to take it, the earnings annualized. If we go back to 2008 up to today, you know what our GDP growth is? 1.6%. Oh, nobody's talking about that. The BS is just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. They're not telling you the truth. The most important thing is that VIX index. It'll tell you the truth. Tell you the truth. I talked about that yesterday. VIX will tell you the truth. In fact, I have a cut from Art Cashin. He's been around as long as I have. And he always talks about the VIX index. Anyone in our age group, you're in your 70s, you've been around the market this long, you always went by the VIX, because the VIX is never wrong. It's never wrong. If you go look at any chart and look at the VIX index and go back to March, at the end of the crash, go back to March 18th, 20th, at the end of the crash, the VIX was at its high. It's high. Which means the S&P was at its lowest, and that's a buy signal. And then go and look at the S&P, it's exactly right on. It's right on. When the VIX was at its high, the S&P was at its low. So that's a buy signal. But when the VIX is high, you buy because the S&P's at its low. But now the S&P's at its high, okay, and the VIX is at its low. Just the opposite. That's a big sell signal. So we got a huge sell signal the fake business news network's not talking about as stocks keep going up. But not all stocks. Everybody keeps jumping into these big tech stocks. Now, I told my members today, or even yesterday, we bought some of these stocks. We had no trouble buying some of these stocks as long as they were breaking out. as I told you yesterday. Microsoft made all-time new high. Microsoft. Those are the ones you buy because you can protect yourself. Because above that stock, there's no sellers. You have no sellers. That's what you buy. Buy Google because it's breaking out to new highs. So you can protect yourself. There's no sellers above you. Beautiful. So Facebook doing the same exact thing, breaking out to new highs. But wait a minute, hold on. What's going on here? How can they be breaking out to new highs when we have the yields breaking out to highs? And they don't do well. And they don't, remember, yields, interest, when they're high, that kills big tech. That's why we had a 10% correction when they hit 1.25. But now they're going up, even though the yields are at 1.65 to 1.72. How the hell can that be? How can they be? Well, nobody's asked, is it sustainable? Just like they're telling you about the GDP growth. Nobody's saying, is that sustainable? Earnings, are they sustainable? Nobody's talking about that. So if you're in and you're getting caught and you're buying all these big tech stocks, that's fine. As long as you're buying the big tech stocks that are making new highs. Then you can put a stop in, protect yourself, make sure, and then you have your exit strategy. And that's the problem. Most of you don't know when to get out of these stocks. If you bought those stocks that were making new highs, the big tech stocks, your problem is you don't know when to get out of them. Well, we solved that problem. My members know when to get out because the chart tells us when to get out. So if you buy Google, if you bought Google, okay, let's say on March 31st, and it's had now, 4 straight days going up, that's fine. But do you know when to get out? No. What, are you depending on your broker, your planner to call you? If you bought Facebook on April 1st, $300, today's 3 and 12. Do you know when to get out? No. But the difference is my members know when to get out. I'm not just saying that. They do know. Because the color-coded chart tells you when the institutions are pulling their money out. So you got all these people coming into the market, dumb money, buying stocks. They have no clue that when you buy big tech stocks that have high yields and inflation, we got real inflation coming, they have no idea. They never asked anybody. And they never looked at the VIX index. They have no idea what the VIX index is. And when you look at Cashin, when he tells you about the VIX index.
One other thing that's got my check engine light on is the VIX.
There you go. That's Cashin. I think we're both the same age. But we've been in these battles for years and years and years. So it's amazing what I'm seeing going on. It's just crazy. People are going to get hurt again unless you know what you're doing.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Is it too early to ask, is tech back?
Well, I think tech has always been back.
Tech has always been back? Well, what happened with the 10% correction? We just had that 10% correction. It wasn't long ago because yields were too high. We had a 10% correction in February 16th. Wasn't it? Why? Because yields and inflation. So now we're running the techs back up when we have even higher interest rates now, higher treasury yields than when it crashed. Because they're pushing now the fake business news network, this kind of crap, that everything's wonderful again. Now, what does that mean? That means take advantage of it. Get in and buy these. But make sure you know what you're buying and make sure you know how to get out. Make sure you got an exit strategy. You got to have the right chart to do that. You have a chart that tells you in a color code when to get in, when to get out, when to add, and when to run like hell. And the same thing if you're going to buy Facebook. That's great. Go ahead, buy Facebook because it's made a new high, all-time high. Just like I told you a moment ago, buy Google, made an all-time high. Buy Microsoft, made an all-time new high. Apple, no. That's called the 50%er. What does that mean? That means when this market dropped, okay, when Apple dropped from January 25th, from 145 and dropped down to a low of 116 on March 8th, if you go to buy this stock, you don't buy it because it's got a growth stock or anything else. You buy it for what they call a short covering rally. What does that mean? All the big institutions who started to short the stock on let's say January 27th, or an individual, let's say a corporation, let's say an insurance company or a hedge fund, and let's say they made $1 million. Well, they haven't made $1 million yet. They got to cover it. They got to come in and buy it because they only borrowed it. So they got to buy it. They're forced to buy Apple. So we bought Apple because we know they're forced to buy it. It's got to go back up. But you got to know, when do I get out? You get out when it's at 55%. What's that mean? Well, on my charts, okay, it's a color code. And also, you can look, if you know how to read a stochastic goes, we set up our stochastic for 30% to 80%. When it gets halfway, 55%, that means that there's too many sellers. The people who sold the stock short, the institutions, now they're going to go in to take their profits. They got to buy it. It forces the stock up, but it'll only go up about 50%. Only go up about 50%. We know exactly where that 50% is, and it'll stop dead. If you go in and start buying right there, you're going to lose money because you can't get it up the rest of the way. Because the rest of the way, you got too much overhang. You got everybody saying, if I get my money back, if I get half of my money back, I'm out. Get half of my money back, I'm out. How many times have you said that? Those are called 50%ers. So you only buy, and we call Apple a dog stock, if it's set up for a short covering rally. And you know exactly when to get out. The color code will turn red, tell you when to get out. It'll be about halfway up. Works all the time. Netflix, same thing. When Netflix dropped from $590 and went down to a low of $492, we have no problem going ahead and buying that because we know what it is. It's a good stock to buy if you're buying it for the right reason. A short covering rally, because the stock has to go up. No if, no buts, it has to. Because everybody who sold it short and somebody else made $1 million selling Netflix short, big institution, hedge funds, whatever, they sold them short, they got to come in and buy that stock or they don't get paid. And it pushes the stock up. And with my color-coded chart, it'll turn green, then when it turns red again, it'll be right at about 55%. We have a 55% area. It just shows up perfect. Just lets you know, hey, you're at 55%, take your profits. Because to go to the rest of the way would be almost impossible because they don't have to. They then don't have to buy. They already, the having to buy is covered, is done. But see, people who are buying this stuff, they don't know that. They don't know that. Nobody's teaching them that. Nobody's helping them with that. Here's the other thing. When you keep hearing, listen to this here. This is amazing. Listen to this.
We think that above average valuations are warranted, and we think this equity market rally does have further room to run.
Oh, really? Further room to run. Everybody, further room. See, this is what kills people. And this is okay because on one side, this is terrific because you can make money off of this BS as long as you know when to get out. I mean, think about what we're doing. We're getting into these big tech stocks, and I'm telling you, they're no good. But we're in them because we're going to take advantage of all this BS that the fake business news networks put out there. I mean, it's unbelievable. So we'll take advantage of it. So now, as these big tech stocks are running, and you got these, and then you got the fake business news networks come out and telling you how everything's going to be terrific,
Google or Alphabet, Facebook, and Amazon, these are still companies which we expect should grow north of 20.
Oh, they expect to grow. They expect to grow. They expect to grow. I don't expect anything. I look at my VIX index. This always tells the truth. And I always look at my treasuries. Always tells the truth. These guys never tell the truth. Never. So if you want to join my gang, free for 10 days, at the end of 10 days, you're going to say, you know what? He's right. He's right. So I'm not going to sit on the sideline and watch these stocks go up because they're pushing them up. And then you got all this dumb money coming in, especially these young millennials. They're all coming in and they're just like the day traders. They're all jumping in. I got to buy Tesla. I got to buy this. I got to buy that. I got to buy Netflix. I'm going to be a millionaire. Bonds are a wonderful thing because it tells you when to buy and when not to buy. You take the bonds, the VIX, and then put that together with my color-coded chart. And then every day we tell you, we put out our portfolio, and every day at 2 o'clock we post our portfolio and tell our members exactly what to do with every stock in our portfolio at 2 o'clock. How can you not make money? Or better yet, we want you to focus first on not losing money. Anybody can make money. How about not losing money? And at 2 o'clock, this is what you get. Steve, who's head of our education program, posts each one of our stocks on a video.
SPY, continue to hold this one long, take some profits, and go ahead and move your stop up a little bit.
And he goes on and on. Who does that for you? Nobody does that for you. Nobody does that for you. See, their job, the Fake Business News Network, is to get your confidence, and they do every time. Bonds, i.e. treasuries, also tracks the economy's strength. Yeah, it'll tell you how strong the economy is. When yields are going up, it's supposed to be telling you the economy's getting stronger. Now, when the economy is healthy, investors feel less need to own a bond, which they consider to be safe, a safety net, and won't get hurt. So they sell them, causing the yields to even go higher. And that's when the inflation comes in. So you got to understand how one thing affects the other. Now, if the earnings, if the companies aren't putting in business investment so that wages are going up, then the bonds that are going up, they're only going to go up for so long. They're just going to go up for so long. They tell you the truth. Yeah, okay, the economy's getting stronger, but remember, the market tells you the future is getting stronger for the future. So you buy now for the future. But if the CEOs don't plow money back into the companies, which they're not doing, they don't plow companies' money back in for business investment, new machinery, new equipment, so that we can produce more, so they give you a raise. Instead, they take the money and do it for stock buybacks. The bond market will go, we'll tell you the truth, you better get out. We're not getting any help. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Remember to subscribe to my Phil's Gang YouTube channel to get both my live and archived radio shows. Also, my free Phil's Take on the stock market. Also, sign up and get a free 10-day chart and membership trial. That's right. And every Friday, it's free for everybody. This will be my 17th. Is it 17th? I think it is. I think it's 17th segment. 14th segment. We're for 14 weeks, and I will keep continuing right up to the day of the crash. So I alert you. I take the week. I focus on it. I identify for you what's going on with the stock market during that week. And you, remember, stocks can keep going up, but underneath you got a problem. Doesn't mean you get out of the stock. As long as you know those problems beneath that market, you know what those problems are, and they're pushing the stock market up because you have people like this, the fake business news networks, telling you this kind of crap.
We could grow this economy at 4 or 5%.
We're going to see a big boom at the end of the year, and that's going to mean potentially GDP growth of up to 7%.
We've got an economy that is thriving, and all sectors right now seem to be participating in it.
Now, that's the funny one. All sectors are participating. We have 11 sectors. The only time you get 11 sectors that are participating is when you got tremendous business investment, when companies are plowing money back into their business. And then that means you got productivity. Everything's about productivity. And you're producing like hell. And then your wages start going up, and then people start spending, and people start saving, and then everything goes up. We don't have that. People aren't getting wage increases. Are you kidding me? 42% of the people still haven't gotten their jobs back from the pandemic. They haven't gotten their jobs back. But as long as we have these kind of people that are telling you how everything is just dandy.
The equity market rally has been impressive, but also justified. The equity market
justified? What do you mean justified? It's not justified. If it was justified, we wouldn't keep putting interest rates at zero. If it was justified, we wouldn't be doing stimulus. When an economy, a country is doing stimulus, they're in deep trouble. They're in big trouble. If they keep interest rates at zero for as long as we have, for 13 years, that's not good. And the only way they can keep the economy going is prop it up by printing $8 trillion. The only way they keep the stock market going up, printing and inject more money in the stock market, inject more money in the economy. Prop it up, keep interest rates at zero. But that's fantastic. We make all kinds of money. What a beautiful thing. I hope this never changes. As much as I'm looking forward to a crash, because I want to buy something on sale. See, this is what people don't understand. The stocks are so overvalued right now. It's insane. But nobody cares. And that's okay. Because for my gang members and people like myself who have been in this game for years and are professionals, let's take advantage of this BS. Let's make money on the way up. Let them keep pushing this market up. But the difference is we're going to know when to get out. 85% of the people in the market will not know when to get out, and you're all going to get hurt. But let's take advantage of this. It's unbelievable. They keep pushing the fake narrative of a booming economy. But remember, a stronger economy coincides with higher inflation. And when Congress keeps injecting trillions and trillions into the financials and into the economy, they're going to do another 1.9 trillion right now, right? And they're going to do 3 more. They're going to do $3 trillion for infrastructure. More inflation. And inflation to big tech stocks is like kryptonite to Superman. But nobody talks about that. So let the big tech stocks keep going up. I told you, we're in them. We're in the ones that are making the new highs, the Facebooks. We're in the ones making new highs, the Googles. We're in the ones that are making new highs, Microsoft. But Apple, that's not making a new high. We'll only buy that based on a short covering rally. And when it gets halfway up, we're out of Dodge, man. We're gone. And Netflix, another one. When that hits 50%, 55%, we're out. If it goes higher, good luck. But and McDonald's and Starbucks, they always gain from every time they get $1,400 checks. First thing they go is McDonald's or Starbucks and get a coffee. You just got to know what stocks to be in. But when they're all going up together, that doesn't make sense. If you go and take a look, people will go into let's say XLP. That's the ETF for consumer staples. Now think of this. What does that mean? Consumer staples mean people jump in and buy bonds when they're scared. They also jump in and buy the consumer staples, Coke and Pepsi and Clorox, because they feel, hey, if the economy's collapsing, everybody needs, Coca-Cola and Pepsi and toilet paper and toothpaste. So I want to ask somebody a question. How come this group under the ETF XLP is making new highs? It's going up at the same time as the big tech. Somebody's wrong. I'll tell you who's wrong is big tech. They're wrong. Because the inflation is going to kill big tech. It always does. And the yields keep going up, going to kill big tech. It has. We just saw a 10% correction. Just a little while ago, February. So how can you have both going up at the same time? Easy. You have these kind of liars, these promoters, Fake Business News Network.
You have this like Goldilocks stock market really last week and this week as everything's doing well.
Pain.
Our
economy is surging along. It's surging. It's a rocket ship right now.
Yeah, rocket ship. Art Laffer, he's always on Kudlow's show now. Kudlow's on every day. He brings Laffer on.
It's just a wonderful world we're living in. It's just a wonderful world.
Yeah, just a wonderful world everybody's living in. And then you got, of course, Kudlow himself. Oh, well, what about the taxes? What about don't worry about corporations being taxed. Not going to matter. Not going to matter. So people who don't know what they're doing will jump into Google. They'll jump into Facebook. We'll jump into Microsoft. We'll jump into to Apple. We'll jump into Tesla. They don't know what they're doing, but they see it going up. And they don't want to miss the train. They all jump in. Well, we're in too. And we're chuckling. We're on the train sitting next to them. You don't know when to get off the train, do you little fool? And we're making money. And guess what? I'm going to sell you my stocks, and I'm going to jump off the train. But you don't know that. See, I'm going to sell you what I own. Pretty soon, I'm going to say, hey, take mine. Here, take mine. And I'm going to go down in the caboose and jump off as fast as I can. But you don't, because you don't know what to do. Because all you hear is this BS, this crap. And you believe it. Just like you did with the dot-com, just like they did in 1929, like they did in 1987, like they did in 2001, 2003, just like they did in 2008, and now they're going to do it again in 2021. But in the meantime, let's take advantage. Look, they're going to keep pushing this narrative. Booming economy, everything's booming, everything's going to be great. And that's going to keep pushing the market up. Going to keep pushing the market up. But the problem is, what they don't think about, this rise in yields is causing investors to pare back. It's smart investors to pare back how much they're willing to spend on each $1 of future company earnings. They're paring that back. They're not stupid. Because stocks are approaching a very dangerous level of PE ratios. Very dangerous. Tesla, 140%. Are you nuts? So, all I can do for you, okay, which I do for my gang members all over the country, all over the world, every day we make sure we're here at 4 o'clock every morning. 4 o'clock. And we start going through, there's 11 sectors. We go through the sectors, we follow the bonds, we follow the VIX index, we put it all together for our gang. And we make sure they're always in the right sector. And if we're going to be in the big tech stocks because they're all going up for the wrong reasons, we'll know when to get out of them. Let's take advantage of it. But we'll also know what stocks we get out to rotate into. So again, somebody answer the question, how can defensive stocks be going up? Toilet paper and all that crap going up. Why are people buying defensive stocks at the same time the big tech stocks going up? Kind of stupid, isn't it? Join my gang tonight, philsgang.com. Check it out, free for 10 days, the color-coded chart and my membership. Also check out our mutual fund tractor. Our mutual fund tractor tells you when to get in and when to get out of your mutual fund. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.